Hey guys, Muldoon here. I'm going to review this FM transmitter. It's designed by MPOW, and I've seen this design before, sold under a lot of different names. You know, it's coming from China, so there's a lot of different companies using this design. It looks like a good little solution. It offers 4 hours of playback through its lithium-ion battery. So it's mainly kind of marketed towards people that are going to be using it in their car, but you can of course use this in any situation. You could, for example, use it to transfer to Bluetooth speakers or something like that. So there's lots of different ways you can use it. That's showing you how to tune it, tune the frequency. Yeah, so I mean, you could use this at home and tune it to a radio station at home if you really wanted to. So, pretty simple. We've got the cable, and we've got the speaker itself. If I can get this out. Really jammed in. Very, very simple design. It's got the USB charging port down there. Now, as I said, you could use this at home. I think I said Bluetooth speaker there. What I meant is you could use this at home with a radio, and you know, just broadcast from your phone to your radio like that. You could do something like that. But I think this is mainly designed for use in the car. You know, realistically, you're going to have a different solution at home. The big downside to this, you know, if you're driving, is that it's not charging anything, you know, but you're not using up the cigarette lighter port either. So if you've got another car charger, that isn't an issue. Let's get out the car though, and we'll try it out. So this has to be one of the easiest things I've ever used. All you have to do is push the minus symbol and it turns on. If you leave it, it turns off after a minute. You can push the plus and minus to go up and down the frequencies. Now when I got it, it wasn't charged, so basically charge it up and then you should get 3 or 4 hours of playback. It goes up to 107.9. As you can see, it's really clear. If I put it to 88.1, which is the lowest one, if I put on my car stereo, now I've got it at 88.1. Before I had it at 87.5, but it doesn't go down that low. You keep it at 88.1. And play music on my phone. You see, this is coming through my phone. But if I put the volume up and that, and then plug this in, you can hear it there. Now, as with all FM transmitters, if you put this too high, you're going to get buzzing. You need to keep that low, and you need to keep the volume on your device high. Sounds really good though, works really well. Yeah, there's not much to it really. What I'll just quickly do is turn around for a second. Right, you can see me there. So, I think as far as usability goes, this thing's really easy to use. It's very, very easy to use. The one thing I would say that kind of holds it back though is this has obviously been designed for headphone jacks that are at the bottom, and mine's at the top. So I mean, I think most smartphones put them at the top or bottom. I don't know what the split is. I imagine, you know, I would hazard a guess most phones actually put them at the top. I think it makes more sense for phones to have them at the top, so that when the phone's in your pocket, you know, you can just put it on the top. But I don't know. But say it's a 50-50 split, you know, half of the people are going to have it there where it's displayed fine at the bottom. But the problem is when you put it at the top, if you want to see the display and change it minus and plus, it will be like that on your phone. But if you put it the right way, then it's going to be back to front. It's not necessarily a problem, because if you put it, you know, if you don't need to see the frequency. Once you've sorted this frequency, it'll just broadcast, so you don't need to see it. So it's not a big thing at all. You know, if you've got a phone that has a headphone jack at the side, don't think there's many that do, but you know, it would be like that. I guess the only criticism I would say about it is is that it only gives you like 3 or 4 hours playback. So if you're doing a journey, you know, it could run out of battery whilst you're doing a journey. You know, so the easy way around that is to just to charge it. The thing about this is, you know, most solutions, you know, for Bluetooth streaming are like that, and they've got the car charger. This doesn't use up your cigarette lighter, so you can just put a dual charger in your USB port, and then you can just charge this whilst it's in your phone. The problem is that, you know, if you've only got a single charger, you know, I mean, here's the thing: if you've got a single charger, you can charge this, but you can't charge your phone because you can't charge both at the same time. If you've got a dual charger, what it means is you're going to have 2 cables going to one to your phone and one to this streamer at the top. So in that kind of situation, I don't think this is a good solution, because you're going to end up with a mess. You're going to have lots of wires flying around the place, and you know, with something like this, you only have one cable coming up to charge your phone, because the rest of it is streaming from here. But I mean, it's just not designed that way. You know, from a usability point of view, from a simplicity point of view, this works really well. You just grab it and you just put it on top of your phone, and you can stream to any radio station in your car or to any radio, and it works really well. I'm not sure whether you do get up to the 4 hours quoted battery life. I imagine you don't, but you know, for a simple little device, it's pretty cool and it works well. So I think it's handy to have these. I wouldn't use this for my main audio streaming solution, but what I think it is handy to have, you know, because if I don't know, I mean, I think it's, you know, even if you go into like a friend's car or something, you can just put this on the top and stream to any radio station. It's quite a simple solution, and there's no messing about with the cigarette lighter with cables. As long as this is charged, all you do is plug in the top, and that's you streaming to a radio station. So for something so simple, I mean, it does the job. So I think it is quite good, and I would recommend it actually if you're looking for something, you know, as long as just be aware of its limitations. Thanks for watching, guys. If you get any questions, please do leave a comment below, and I'll do my best to answer them. And I hope I've covered everything that it does. It's pretty simple. It's got a minus, a plus, and it's got a charging point. Pretty simple. If you enjoyed the video, please do consider liking or sharing or subscribing. Until next time, guys, take care.